Alright, so Parenthood Season 3. Now, let me state, first of all, unlike the past two season reviews I've done for this show, I actually only finished watching the season a few days ago, so I've got a lot of what I felt about the season logged in my mind, and I've got a better idea of the characters' names that I'll be able to throw a lot more in this video, okay? Yeah. But I gotta admit, I was actually real impressed with this season because at first I thought I wouldn't like it because it felt like it had skipped a long ways into everybody's development, and I just didn't think I would identify with everybody as much. But surprisingly, I identified with them just as well, and actually felt like this season ultimately was a lot better than the other two, to be honest, because it felt like everybody really grew in maturity to some degree in this season. You can argue that they did it, absolutely, but it just felt like people had changed, because Adam is reaching out to his family more often. Sarah is actually trying to get a committed relationship. Julia, trying to move on with getting a new baby and uh, asserting some authority skills that she's alluded to have, and we got to see a little bit more about her job, even though we saw a little bit of that in season 2, although I don't think it was as good there. And then Crosby, yes, he's also trying to reach out for the family, but he's showing responsibility for his decision making, and then in personal relationships to other members of the family, because at first I didn't really think that there was any merit to opening the recording studio with Adam. I thought it was going to be ridiculous, but as the season goes on, it shows that Crosby actually has a talent for it, although Adam is much better as a manager in some areas. But, I just got more faith in them. It was nice. And then the subtle changes, you could tell that he's actually coming to respect Jasmine's decision and not completely moved on, but has recognized that, what, I really did screw up, and it seems like you're making moves in a way that definitely is beneficial to you and Jabal. I may not completely like them, but just, I'll let you do it. You've got your own life to live, and that was just enough to convince her to come back. I'll admit her final decision did come all of a sudden and kind of cheesy with a notebook rip-off. No, I haven't seen that movie. It's just on the cover of every darn DVD release, so I know what they're talking about. Hmm? Yeah. But it wasn't just the four main people that were getting more maturity. I felt like everybody else was kind of developing because, like Amber, struggling to maintain the job levels and such, and then kind of wanting to push the family away, but turns out she ends up helping them when she can, Drew getting a little more story time than the previous seasons, I feel, and developing a relationship with that chick. Nice. It was nice to see him get a little more, just older and doing stuff that's a little unaccustomed to what we've seen of him previously. And then even Zeke and his wife, it was nice seeing their interactions and giving Zeke a new problem. Yeah. And I'm glad that they managed to move on past that supposed affair bit that was happening in season 2. I didn't like that, but yeah, my watching of season 2 in hindsight, now that I look back, definitely wasn't really that great. But I also just like the overall flow of the season. Sure, it was depressing in some areas, a little repetitive, but it just changed, from a product that had various problems, and then once you get to the end, it's a product that still has problems, absolutely, but you just feel like things have changed for the better. I kind of felt that way, as I was going for high school. I could tell I was broadening my horizons, fixing qualities that I had absorbed that I shouldn't have and such, and even though I still have a couple of them, I was just a lot better by the time I had graduated and such. You can just tell I was better. And very little had changed, it was just subconscious changes, and just one day I woke up and go, whoa, I'm way different now, and it was like that here. And I was also impressed at the various new creative stuff that they threw, because, like, Adam being hit on by, the office assistant. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. And, also, Haley breaking up with, what's his face, Alex? Yeah, that was kind of sudden and such, but that does happen, you know? And, like, I could tell he wasn't just spur of the moment breaking up with her. He'd been thinking it for a while. It was a moment to see, I mean, to lose that to character, because I did like that character's mentality, you know, and just felt like he did improve, had he, but, if he's really sure about it, then yeah, this kind of thing does happen. I can't really speak to it. I've never had a girlfriend, and I don't really want to get a girlfriend yet. I want to get my own life in check and get a little more mature and socially mature before I do that. Now, if I decide to meet somebody randomly, well, that's called life happens, okay? Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. The only real thing I gotta admit I actually didn't like about this season was actually the ending, to tell you the truth, and the last few minutes of the penultimate episode, just because, yeah, it was a little negative, but it just felt a little rushed, you know? Because, like, the wedding, even though Crosby and Jasmine, did want to do the wedding almost immediately, it just still felt kind of rushed, and then Drew and, whatever that chick, his name is, you know, suddenly decided to do the wild thing? Just, really? And you're doing that almost unprepared? Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Drew and Amber's father, Seth. Yeah, I'm really glad that, they made him get a little better in this season, because it just led to a couple of emotional moments between him and Sarah, and just, it was nice. And then when he got all those birthday cards for his kids, that's touching. I hope one day when I have kids I can do that kind of thing to them. Okay, so this finishes it up, and I can definitely say that this is my favorite season of the show so far. That's not entirely fair, I'll admit, because my past couple of videos for this show haven't been that good, you know, but yeah, that's where I'm at. And yes, I have continued watching the show. I'm in the middle of season 4 right now.